I probably should have opened up YouTube first to make sure that we were actually live. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
We are?
Yeah.
Okay,
Looks like
perfect.
it.
We were rushing to get started, and I didn't actually do all the steps I was supposed to do. All right, so hey everyone. Brandy and Shelby here with Pisces USA. You haven't seen Shelby in a couple of weeks. Today we are taking you behind the scenes of the craziest few weeks. It has been absolutely insanity, and I'm exhausted. I'm sure you are too, Shelby.
Yeah. Pretty tired.
Shelby's actually been jet setting, so I've had a couple of trips, but I think Shelby's had trips on top of the trips I've had. So
Yeah.
she's been all over the place. We just wrapped up Global Pet Expo, which I think is the biggest pet show in America. It's like dog, cats, everything that you can imagine. And somehow we managed to squeeze in a second trade show that overlapped with Global right after that. So it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with Shelby. If you've been following along, you know she does some serious travel lately. I'm sure you've talked about it on the Garden of Eater content channel, right?
Yes. Yeah,
I
we
actually
have.
begged you to do this live stream today because you're getting ready to do something this afternoon, right?
Yeah, so we're currently packing up. I just got done catching some of the shrimp and still got more to do. I haven't even packed our bags yet, and we leave at 6 o'clock. So 5 hours to get everything ready. We were just recently in North Carolina for the Aquamania show, then came back, and within one day of resting, then it was back to getting everything ready. Had to escape a few tanks for Global. I did 12 tanks all
Oh my
together
God, you
at
did
Global.
12?
Yeah. And so getting all those ready and packed up and then driving them over was like crazy because like the kids were in school, then we had to get them out, then we had to come back. It was a fun event for the kids. They got like a little vacation out of it. They loved Global and it was exciting. Got to escape at the show, which was so cool for Global to do like a live aquascaping. I know it wasn't like planned, but it worked out really nice. And then of course you guys went straight to the Fishing Frenzy event, and that was Crappie League, right?
The National Crappie League Championship Tournament. I think they gave away like $50,000 in prizes. Like, I'm
Wow.
like, I need a different career. I need to
Yeah.
just go fish professionally.
Yeah. And then now packing up and leaving for Aquapalooza tonight, and then I'll be gone all weekend, and we'll get back like Sunday night real late.
That's it's a lot. We have a lot going on. The let's see. I had a thing up here. One second, let me find it again. Okay. I'm looking at my notes. Um, so what kind of tanks did you scape at Global?
So many different ones. So I skate for Fluval once in a while. They have unique different tanks. So they have a live bowl, which is like a tiny all-in-one. So it's got the filtration built into it, and it's just like a tiny bowl for the counter. So that one was really cool.
What'd you
That
put
one I
in it?
did opal ula shrimp. So I did like a whole Hawaiian theme video for it. That one was fun and exciting, especially since Grant's from Hawaii. So it brought it all together. And then I did their beta tank. They have like a little square beta tank. That one has a filtration in the back as well. So real simple, easy to go tank. Just did Ciru stone and pewter with that. So it made it real easy. They doesn't shift very much. So it was easy to travel with it. Um, what other tanks? There's been some really weird. JBJ has like a little tiny tank called the QB that comes all in one too. The lights built into the lid, so it's really weird. A lot of the tanks that I scape are really small nanos that are like all in one, or not much bigger than a 10-gallon. So it was fun to use a lot of the new products that Pisces is
Yeah, I
launching.
think you
So
used some of like brand new products too that nobody had seen yet too, right?
yeah,
Do
so
you want
I'm
to tell people
excited
about
for
some of
those.
those?
Yeah, there's a new pagoda rock that is like phenomenally pretty. It's got tans and like a rosy color in it. So I paired that with our garnet sand and some of the Iwagumi stuff because it's just all the colors played together with the pinks and the tan colors and it
I was
made it
trying
look
to see if I
really
have them
natural.
next to me because I know I have some in my house.
Yeah. I have them like, but I have to like go around all these tanks and get it. And it's kind of packed up for the next show because we'll be doing a showcase for shrimp. So I have some like sands and gravel for that. The other new
I don't
rock
know where
was
they are quickly. I have some of them next to me, but I don't have the white pagoda next to me.
I know. I wish I had some pagoda. I only have like a few rocks of the pagoda left. And because I ended up not being able to take that tank home. So I'm a little upset I missed that tank. It was so cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many did you
Um,
end up getting to take? Because you took a ton, right?
yeah, so we took a ton and most of them ended up going to new fish stores, whoever bought the boost. So I know one of the stores actually took a lot of the tanks, but they broke them down. They did contact me in order, they might want to do like an aquascaping project where I come in and aquascape those tanks that they had gotten.
Ooh.
Um, the only tank I ended up coming home was the big Aqua L tank that we did the macroalgae in.
Ah, yeah.
So I really love that tank. I need that for, the studio. I want to use that for a contest tank. So that one will be also showing some cool rock. Hopefully one day we can find smaller pieces of that rock.
Sadie said that the pagoda with the garnet tank was her favorite. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to make sure we get some of that posted and on the
Yeah.
website because God, you're such a good aquascaper. I love it. You're super
Thank you.
talented.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Did you use any of the other newer rock? Did you use the
Yeah.
peppered rock?
I used the peppered rock, which was really cool. Like I did not expect to be an easy aquascape, but in a nano tank, they're so big and they have so much character to them. And someone even said that they had that rock before. I'm like, no, I think you're talking about the zebra rock. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right. And I was like, yeah. So this one's completely different. I'm like, it just looks so natural and pretty.
Yeah, I don't know
And
if
it
you
really
can see
pairs
it well.
with a lot of our sands. So
Yeah, it's unique to Pisces, so nobody else should have this one, I don't think.
exactly.
And it's super pretty.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get that one out and on the market.
It really catches your eye from a distance because it is really bright. So it's really nice. I had that in the QB tank. So it was a little black tank and it had the rocks and they were just like really, you could see it from far away. And then I used the new sand that's coming out. It's not a like stark white like our sand before. It's got like some gold tint to it. It's really gorgeous and more natural looking. Um, and it's going to be a little bit easier to keep clean. So I think that's like a good in between sand, and it looks really pretty paired up with just about anything. Like it's next to the dragonstone and all the prairie sand. It looks really, really pretty to create a natural path with. So
I think this might be the gold. I can't tell. I've got
yeah,
sand bowls and rocks all around me.
yeah,
They're just out of vision in the camera, so I'm like trying to look around. I need to get labels on all the bowls so I know what they are.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we've got maybe three new coming in. I think the gold
Mm-hmm.
we're calling Sahara Gold, and we have a Savannah Mist. You guys
Yeah, that one's
can
pretty.
guess what you think that's going to look like, and maybe Caspian. So
Yeah.
I really like those names.
Yeah, I really like that one too. I love I didn't get to use the new sand. I used the Sahara Gold, but the Sierra Mist, I didn't get to use that. And I was thinking about it later. I was like, I should have used that one. It was
Savannah
so great.
Mist. Sierra
Yeah.
Mist is a drink.
I've been talking to my friend Sierra all morning. That's probably what.
Uh,
Yeah, that's so funny.
my son was very excited to tell me that Starry is not new. That Pepsi had Sierra Mist beforehand, and people don't know that Starry is just Sierra Mist. I was like, oh, is that right? Like, 10-year-olds know everything. I'm like, I can't believe Pepsi contacted you with this information. We also had a brand new product that got a ton of attention, right?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. It was so interesting. Like you even had people that weren't into the aquarium hobby that stopped and was like, "What is this? This is really interesting," and
Yeah.
enjoyed it a lot.
So we have, bacteria is not new for aquariums. Like that's something that we kind of know needs to be part of an aquarium. The cycling process is important. Hopefully everybody knows that. And we probably should make a video on that at some point. But what we created is media, not created, it's a thing, but what our new product that we're selling. It's a media that has nitrifying bacteria already colonized on the media. And what's really cool about it is it's in a can. So I wish I had brought one home with me. I should have. It's in like an energy drink type can. And you pop the top off of it and don't drink it. Like you might be tempted to. Lots of people said that they felt like they should drink it. And I guess an energy drink for an aquarium. And you use the media that's colonized with the bacteria. It's all wet and liquid and whatnot. And you can put it directly in your tank. And what we're finding is that it cycles a tank about 90% faster than if you don't use the media. So that's good, right?
It's incredible because a lot of people really want to set up that tank. Sometimes people get fish and then they are, rescue fish and they're like, I don't really necessarily have a tank set up already. So something like that is going to be really good for the hobby.
Well, I think it's good for people like that. That's a good sense for people that know about cycling the tank. But something that happened last summer, my sister set up her first fish tank. And it's interesting because when we were in high school, I probably had 18 plus tanks. Like every place that my mom would let me put a fish tank, I had a fish tank. And somehow she never like caught on to the things that were needed to start a fish tank. And last summer she called me after her fish kept dying to tell me her fish kept dying. And I was like, wait, you got a fish tank? And what she was doing was she was setting up a fish tank with all new stuff, clean, pretty, pristine, and very quickly the water would get cloudy and the fish would die. She'd cleaned it all up, bleach it, whatnot, and start a new fish tank. Like, go get a new fish. And I think she had done that like 4 times before she called me to be like, what am I doing wrong? And I think there's probably lots of people who have experienced exactly that. And they don't have a sister who has a bajillion fish tanks to call and figure out what they're doing wrong. And I told her to stop cleaning it, which just completely blew her mind. She's like, but it's like all milky and gross and yucky. I was like, yeah. And I explained the bacterial cycle to her. And I think that kind of, like, she now has 3 tanks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they like each one got progressively bigger, right? So I think just by providing something like that, and we have on the can, it shows the nitrogen cycle and all the components to it, so it educates the customer as well as provides a healthy environment for a fish. And I think when we can provide people with, hey, vibes, he's not too late this time. When you can provide people with success, it makes it more enjoyable and it makes them more likely to continue in the hobby and also expand their hobby, right? And they're loving it. And my sister's like, oh my goodness, like I now understand why you have so many fish tanks. Like this is really peaceful and relaxing and I enjoy it. So I'm really hoping that new product is going to make a huge difference, not only for people who know about the hobby, but in particular people who might not be experienced in it.
Yeah, exactly. It will help a lot.
So just to keep moving on, So when we left the Global, me and Sadie left you and Amon to finish up the pack up. And we went to a fishing tournament because we also have fish bait. What it turns out, if fish will eat our food in a glass box, they'll also eat it if it's attached to a hook. So we got a ton. I think that's the first time that we've shown those products at a live event. We were at ICAST last year, which is like global but for fishing. It's actually in the same building. You're going to be with us this year for that one too, right?
Yeah.
We got a big Airbnb with a nice pool. But last year at ICAST, they hadn't come in yet. They were supposed to be in, and they got stuck in customs. So this was the first event where anybody saw them, and people, they were just like, man, I have never seen anything like that. And it wasn't as, so Global was super busy, right? Like we saw a ton of people at Global. And I've been trying to go through the contacts and like follow back up with people, and there was a lot. But so the National Crappie League wasn't as busy, but the amount of people who left that event to go tell people about the products and how they needed to get them is just incredible. Like yesterday, I think I probably took 15 calls about the baits, and several people putting in orders, and it's been an absolute whirlwind.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really good product, and it's funny because I think about it all the time. I'm one that doesn't like live things. Some things crawly, but these are so fresh that they're literally perfect right out of the package for people that don't like squirmy things, and you just get to hook it right up and use it. I'm gonna bring some with me this weekend. I don't know if I'll have a chance to fish or anything. Usually I dip net, but
where are you going this weekend?
Coral Gables, down in South Florida.
Okay.
Near Miami. So we'll be going to the Everglades, but I don't know if I'll have. We go nighttime, so I don't really fish at night. I just dip net because they're like right up on the shore. So
I wonder if you could sprinkle some and see if they'll come up and.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Put some fish food in the water.
That'd be a good idea.
I know, like, I'm so pumped about where we're going. Like, I feel like people are starting to recognize us. They're starting to recognize the brand. They're starting to recognize our commitment to educating people. And it feels really good.
Yes.
And I'm so excited we have you along on this ride. It's.
Thank you. I enjoy working with the products. It's always been a blast. It's something unique. That's what I like about the hobby, and like what Pisces is doing is coming in, and you're not necessarily trying to take over like, oh, I'm going to be the only hardscape. It's like you're bringing in unique items. So it's like you give something a different flavor, a fun, exciting, fresh feel to the aquascaping, because like, you know, it can get a little bit boring sometimes with the same brown rocks, same black rocks, you know. Like, yeah, some might look a little bit cooler, but you know, I like the more natural, and it's cool because everything you have is natural. It's not like some fake. I love when you tell the story about people smashing open the glitter rock, thinking that there's no glitter on the inside, that we're just dipping these rocks in glitter or something.
Yeah,
like, no, these are completely natural rocks. I break them, they spark. It's so cool. I love them so much. And they're so natural and pretty. They just have a really unique color to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's mica. And mica is a really sparkly rock. And at one of the shows, you had actually aquascaped it, I believe. And the store was asking me when they got ready to sell it, what they should do to get the glitter off. And I was like, no. And then I think later on she came up to me and she's like, we broke it apart and there's glitter on the inside. How'd you get glitter on the inside? I'm like, it's because the rock is made of mica and mica glitters. I don't think it's showing up very well on the.
No.
But it's like this is such a sparkly rock, and it's just gorgeous. I think it's more sparkly than if you used actual glitter. Like I don't know if you can see it on my hand. Like
Oh, there you go. A little bit showed. There you go.
like just like
It's got to catch the light the right way.
yeah, and it's beautiful. But I think when you put it in the water, it reduces the shimmer a little bit. So where it feels like little spots will hit and bounce back to your eyes, and it feels like sun rays. I feel like hitting it and bouncing it back. Was it married men asking about getting the glitter off?
Geek, you're always hilarious.
Now the married men have an excuse. They were just aquascaping.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Aquascaping. That's a good one. Yeah, I enjoy that. It's just like so many of the rocks look so natural and unnatural at the same time, so it makes it a lot more fun with aquascaping to me.
Yeah, I think one of the nights actually we went out to dinner with one of our suppliers, and she's got you would think talking about rocks would get boring, but the rocks she's seen and the colors she has, like it was so much fun talking to her. And like I wish we could carry every single rock that they're mining, because there's such variety. And one of the guys at the show was actually, because she came just to get a feel for what our industry was like, and things that people would be interested in, and the number of people who were asking her how she gets different colors. Like, how do you make them that different color? And it's like, you don't make them that color. It's based on
they are.
like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen in chemistry, if you remember like catching different chemicals on fire and it would cause the flame to burn different colors. Like it really depends on the elements that are in the lava flows or whatever whatever process the rock is being formed by, and whatever those elements are going to impact the color of the rock. So some elements like high in iron, high in cobalt, high in magnesium, like you're going to get different colors in the rock based on those different elements that are around. And it's geographically a thing, and it's something that happened millions and millions of years ago, and it's not something that we can impact now today. So it's China is going to have different colors than Japan, than North America, than Africa. So like it could be the same rock, but based on the elements that were there when it was forming, it's going to be different colors. So
it's the same thing with the petrified wood. That's what I enjoy so much about that. And we aquascape with petrified wood, and it's just to die for. There's so many layers and colors in it, and you're like, well, what's this, and this? And it like tells, if you look it up too, it tells you like, well, if you have this more copper looking or these red streaks, it comes from this formation in the tree once it's decaying. And it's so cool to see those processes.
I agree. I find it absolutely fascinating. But I promised you I'd only take you for 20 minutes today, because I know you have a lot to do. I think I negotiated with you. I'm like, please. Because it's sometimes we're so busy. Like last week, we thought we were going to do a live stream from the show, and we were just too slammed to take a break to do it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We don't currently have a lavender color rock, but it does exist.
Oh.
We could certainly get it. I think it's called lavender? Purple Jade.
Oh man, I'm a purple person altogether. Any purple rock, please. Like that would be amazing.
Sadie sometimes sends Shelby catalogs and says, pick rocks. So,
yeah. If you notice, I kind of lean towards the pinks and purples. Yep. I know there's a beautiful, like a river pebble that looks like gemstones almost, and it's completely natural, but it's got purples, reds, and greens all in like the same hue. So those are cool. It's kind of like our new turtle and axolotl
mix.
Oh man, that stuff's unique because it's all different. So it's like fun for people that like those different gyms. It's almost like you collected all those rocks and threw them in your
Yeah.
axolotl
I
tank or
actually
turtle
made
tank.
that at Global. One of the men that I was talking to was like skeptical that they were natural,
Hmm.
and I said, "Well, have you ever been to a campground where you buy a bucket of sand for your kids and
Yeah.
your kids dig through it and like do the water panning, whatever it's called,
Yeah, I
and
love it.
collect the rocks that come out of it?" It's exactly like that. Like those are real rocks. They're not painted, and like you could see like understanding come over his face. Like, oh, you're right. I have seen very brightly colored rocks before,
Yep.
and a lot of ours. I think if you were to put them in a tumbler so that it smooths them out, like the
Hmm.
colors you would get would just be insane. So the
Yeah.
turtle axolotl one in particular, I think. Um, I'm like, I was trying to separate them out because I thought that there were so many different pretty colors. So,
Yeah, I think that's where my obsession with rocks started, honestly, to think about it, is doing the water panning. I did it every year at a flea market up in Melbourne, and I I cannot tell you how many times I begged my parents to do it, and you can ask Grant, I still beg to do it. I'm like, "Can I go do it?" He's like, "Why do you waste your money on that? Like you could just go buy the rock." I'm like, "But I don't know what my problem is. I love this so much."
so Sadie mentioned that we have a gorgeous new rock called Rock Candy. So that's this
Yes.
one.
Yeah, if you like crystals, the rock candy is for you.
That's really pretty. And it's got like some slightly different color variations in it. So like this one's whiter and this one's pinker and
Hmm.
so I'm really excited for people to start getting those into their fish stores and seeing them use the variety that comes in.
Yeah,
We
it's
got so many
crazy.
new products coming out. I'm so freaking excited. It's going to be such
Yeah.
a fun couple of months as we launch all of these options that I think Shelby picked a lot of them actually. So Shelby specials. Looking for lavender. Thanks, y'all. Okay, vibes. We'll see what we can do for you.
If I ever find lavender, I'll let you know too. So I'm a
Dallas
big
North, I
purple.
think, has a purple rock. So check them out. I think you're near there, Vibes. I can't remember where you're at, Vibes.
Texas.
Texas. Okay, I was right then. All right. Well, with no further ado, I've taken enough of Shelby's time tonight, and I really appreciate it. I know that you have to get on the road again. So we're exhausted. We're inspired. We're just getting started. Thanks for swimming with Pisces USA, and we'll see you next week. Bye, you
Take care,
guys.
everybody.